All right, so welcome to another episode, Sudden Change Pod. It's your boy Beans here. We got JA. How you feeling?
Good, man. It's been a while. It's good to get back to it. Chop it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely been a minute. A lot going on. How's high school going? I know it's been a bit of a rough
It's been,
season with the young guys.
yeah. We're 2-5 right now. Inconsistent. Like we get a shutout win, and then we can't score the next game, or we'll play well and then come out with I don't know. Just the growing pains of young guys. We got a freshman quarterback in right now, so kind of live with those bumps and bruises, but to be expected. But just try to finish out the season. Last three games. Hopefully, we get to 500.
Yeah, I saw the score. What was it, 6-0 the other day? I'm like, dang, you gotta
Yeah,
score. Just give them one touchdown, you can win.
man, we couldn't move the ball at all. Defense played okay. The score we gave up was it should have been avoided. So young guys, you gotta live and die by them. But yeah, it sucks. We couldn't move the ball at all. Actually played against the team that you came to a couple years ago in Hartford. We played them.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, it was tough. They scored in the first quarter, and then we was just trying to just uphill battle just to like get into the red zone. So yeah, man.
But you're saying you found a new quarterback, like on the team that you already like. What
Yeah,
happened with that?
freshman kid. He was playing running back at first. Um, just playing around in practice. The dude was just throwing around. He was just throwing around, and then it was just like, oh wow, like I don't know how they just came about. That's not my, that's not the side of the ball I'm focused on. So I would never see it. Offensive days, I'm kind of just like helping out, like receivers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess he was just throwing around. I guess in the JV game, he was throwing around, and they saw something there. He's got a cannon though. A kid, he's got to get out his own way sometimes. But I think he could be pretty good.
Gotcha. I probably asked this before, but just thinking about offense defense, you were a star on the offensive side in high school. How did you end up being a defensive guy now?
So when I started coaching with D. Lou at Central before COVID, I came on defense side of the ball because they already had offensive guys, and he wanted me to be DB's coach because I play DB as well. So
Right.
I went under one of my good friends, Sean Hardison. He's the DC at Bunnell now. So I kind of went under his wing as DC, and then once we did like 7-on-7s in the off season and like other type of camps and stuff, I was always on the defensive side of the ball. So I think one year at sevens, he was like, "Yo, you want to be the DC?" I'm just like, "I guess." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never been a DC. I've never even thought about like I could do it, but I mean, I could play it, but I've never schemed up for somebody on defense. So it was definitely different because I'm used to like running a rock and having a ball offensive side. So switching gears has definitely been it's been different, but it's been fun. I've been learning a lot, so it's actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's dope that you can make that transition. So I won't say
Yeah,
seamlessly, but
nah, it ain't like I kind of underestimated like of what you got to know. That like I've always known what I had to do, but like knowing what all 11 and where you need to be and run fits and you know um just disguising coverages and stuff is actually I enjoy it now. But at first I'm like, yeah, we might I might give up 60. Like I wasn't
yeah,
but I got way more confidence now in like what I can do to stop teams. So
gotcha. Nah, that's definitely dope. I'm still, how many games you got left? I still got to try to make it to one. The schedule's
three.
just tough. Three more.
Um, yeah, we got two away, and then we got our last games like the weekend of Thanksgiving. We play a Tuesday night, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
So,
Tuesday night I probably can make because I'm off early on Tuesday. All right, let's see
okay.
if we can make it happen. But yeah, let's jump into some NFL stuff. So Falcons, tough one in New England. What are your thoughts on that game?
Man, we just finding new ways to lose. Like I said, they play well. Like I think we're like the first team ever to have 6 sacks, two turnovers, no giveaways, and still lose. But
Yeah.
we had a kicker issue, and it reared its head. Never really replaced Cool. Kind of found like a guy to like really like just jump in and spot. I wouldn't even say in a spot type of thing. It was just like it was just a fill in because Cool lost that first game of the year for us. but they didn't adjust the situation in off season. Um, we play well on both sides of the ball. Like, I think offense, we're still stagnant. Like, if we
Mm.
can't give the ball to Bijan, it's just like our OC don't really dial up anything to make it easy for him or the receiving crew. Like, I think Mooney still had like one catch or something like that. Like, it gets like Mooney doesn't get involved. If it's not Bijan, we're kind of like one trick pony. But tough loss. We played well, honestly, for a team that's won like I think they won like 5, 6 in a row.
Yeah,
Came down
New
to the
England is good
wire.
this year.
Yeah, we got an issue at linebacker, so they kind of exploited that, and that reared its head at the end.
Yeah, so where are you guys at in the division right now? Because I know the Bucks
We're
are probably in
third.
first, and
We're third.
The Panthers are 5-4, right?
The Panthers are 5-4.
They
Panthers,
just beat us. They look all right.
they beat us too. They have good defense. Bryce ain't winning the games for you, but if he's just playing complimentary football and they got a run game that can kill clock with a good defense, they're going to be tough. With two backs like that. But yeah, Bucks are in first. They had a bye. Panthers are 5-4. We're 3-5 right now. So our season's kind of hanging in the
Really?
balance. And
I
yeah,
didn't
we
realize you.
lost.
Goodness.
Man, we lost the last three after we beat the Bills. Lost a close one on Sunday Night Football. Um, we dropped one of the wildest games against the Dolphins, and then
Mm.
lost to the Patriots. So I don't know. It's a weird team. Like you could beat the Bills and the Vikings, but you lay an egg at the Panthers, and not that the Panthers are a bad team, but we got shut out against the Panthers, and then
Yeah, that's crazy.
we lost like 34-10 to the Finns.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like us. It seems like you don't necessarily get up for the games that aren't like the bigger games. Because there's no reason we should have lost to the Panthers. It's like we lost
Yeah, I
to the
was looking at the
Browns,
box
we lost to
score.
the Panthers. Like, it's
I was looking
crazy.
I was looking at the box score. I'm just like, Bryce threw for 120 in an
Yeah,
interception. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Your offense, I told you, it's something weird about it. Like
yeah,
it's I don't know what it is. Like it's just and now with Kraft gone, like I don't know. Like where do you lean on? Like yeah, it's tough.
yeah. I didn't get to watch most of it, but I did some posts on TikTok, and everybody's saying like it's time for LaFleur to give up play calling or something because it seems like he doesn't trust Jordan Love to just let it go. It's like everything is
Yeah.
screens and short passes and all that stuff. So I mean, if you don't trust him, what is this, his third year as quarterback? At what point do you trust him? So I don't know. And then we lost Kraft. We didn't make a move at the deadline. So Reed is still injured. It's gonna be interesting because the offense didn't get better. We got worse because Kraft was arguably the top tight end in the league at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they're gonna do, but it don't look good at the moment.
It
And
just
we
feel
got
like
the Eagles coming up this week. So
yeah, and they made moves at the deadline, so that'll
they
be
always make moves. They got unlimited money over
yeah.
there.
I don't know how they do it.
Um, all right, so week 9, dog of the week. Who stood out to you?
Man, you know what? He didn't score a touchdown, but Jason, 8 for 120, like he's on a tear right now.
Yeah, Smith and
Um,
Jig, but he's going crazy.
man, he's kind of solidified himself as a number one wide receiver right now. Even though he didn't score a touchdown, 8 catches for 129, and he was pretty much the only guy that they really had that you would trust on that lineup. So they played a solid game. I think their eye test was pretty well against the Commanders, but I think he's got like five or six 100-yard games already.
Yeah,
Um, he's unstoppable right now. So
Darnold
although he
looking
can,
like MVP after that game.
man, but he was 21 for 24. Like he was like perfect in the first half. So,
Yeah,
but JSN, just the way he's routing guys up and making these catches, he's he could have had a multiple guys. I just liked how he played. That's why I chose him.
yeah, he's definitely a dog. I got another question on him, but somebody in the comments said, and we're gonna get to starts and sits later. They said,
Yeah.
should they start? Is Bucky even playing this week? He's not back, right?
Nah, he didn't practice today. That's why you see Jay Green and Jay Green and
Yeah.
in the waiver wire for Rashad White, but
So
they play the
I'm not even
Patriots.
gonna I'm not gonna address that one because I don't even think he's playing. Um, I'll get back to those. They asked some random questions. For me, my dog of the week, I went with Flacco. 470 yards, 4 TDs, and they lost though, right? At the end.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
do you?
because
That's that's OD, bro. Flacco at what 40, 41, something like that.
something like that. Yeah,
470 at 40. They got all the weapons, and that defense is just
bro.
legendarily back, bro.
Just get like three guys to just figure it out. Like you just got to find like a stopgap to just get a stop. So it just lets you know, like offense, like you can have all the offense in the world, but if you can't get a
Yeah,
stop,
it
you
don't
really
matter.
have to, because that's
Defense,
crazy.
yeah, defense wins championships.
I would die for a offense to run it up like that, and you just got to get like three stops, bro. Because not
It's
everyone can score 40. So you let
yeah,
the Bears too. The Bears score 40. Like
and they're
they
not
score
even
47.
the Bears are
Bears
good,
are
but
not
they
built
shouldn't be. Yeah, they shouldn't be
with
putting up that many points.
no Swift, and Rome had zero. So it's like,
I got
how?
I got lucky because I won my matchup by 6 points, and Rome had zero. I don't know how that happened,
Of course, though, I played against DJ Moore, and
but
he hasn't been over 15 all year. Bro threw for a touchdown. I was just like, this is crazy, man.
yes, yeah, it's unpredictable with them. Surprise of the week. What surprised you?
Steelers dominance over the Colts. I think
Yeah,
Colts coming into it was probably one of the something told me. Like I looked at the weather and I'm like,
yeah, you picked
Steelers
it.
at home. Yeah, I was like, Steelers at home. I was like, this is kind of like their first test. Them coming off a bad week. It's kind of like a trap game. They lost to Green Bay, and then they were able to turn right back around, have a home game. They dominated though. Coach tried to make it a little run at the end, but I think that surprised everyone, especially seeing how the Steelers finished against the Packers and then
Yeah,
turn around and dominating the Colts like that.
and they held JT in check for the most part, so I was
First team
surprised
all
by
year,
that.
probably. He
Yeah,
been
he's
two,
wild.
three TDs a game. Like,
Yeah, I think Los. I don't even think Los hit 100 this week, which is surprising because he had like 200 last week.
bro, he's had a few 200s. And yeah, so it's good to see him come back down to earth because, yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
very interesting. The top there. So for me, I went with Jacoby Brissett. Looked in control. Looked very good against the Cowboys. 263 total TDs. I saw something earlier that he got named as the starter. Like he's just going to be the guy, I guess, moving forward. I don't
Yeah,
know. I didn't read it
Kyler's still
fully,
got
but
Kyler's still got the foot issue, so they're saying
yeah.
he might be out like another 4 to 8 weeks. So,
And
I
honestly, I
mean,
mean, I probably would stick with him. I mean, Kyler's your guy. You paid him whatever, but Brissett has been playing way better.
yeah,
So
yeah, but also I'm like, it's the Cowboys, so I'm not gonna. He's played well, but it's like
yeah,
you still were a part of that 0-5. It wasn't all Kyler. He lost 2 games too.
yeah.
So,
They
but
played us well though. They played us well too.
yeah, they did, and they blew that game at the end. They had the lead,
Yeah.
and then
So
but that he was the quarterback. So I mean, everybody go by your last game. So you see the Cowboys defense, which is you know deplorable. They're
yeah,
terrible. I mean, they made moves down, but like
yeah,
that defense isn't like they came out throwing. I think they threw like the first like 8 to 9 plays. I'm like, oh wow, I'm not used to Brissett doing that like that. So
yeah. The running game is
I mean,
shaky though, so gotta offset that.
he's a good he's a good spot starter. So if you got to get healthy, like he ain't gonna sink the team. Like he could play complimentary football. So that's good.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of the Cowboys, we'll get to them in a second, but starting with the trade deadline, the biggest move we saw yesterday was Sauce going to the Colts, which tells me that they're all in. But what were your initial thoughts when you saw uh, that blockbuster?
Yeah, I kind of didn't expect anything like that. I don't really
Yeah,
think we get blockbusters at the trade deadline in NFL, to my knowledge. They're all in. You know what I mean? Like Coach C, they got a chance right now to do something in AFC. You get one of the premier corners right there, a guy that could shut down his side
yeah.
with a good defense already. Like, man, they got a run game on the other side of the ball. Daniel Jones is playing lights out. You get, they get Charvarius Ward back at some point. He's on IR. I watch out for Colts, man. Like that's a move to let your team know, like we're going for it this year.
Yeah. Do you think that move makes them? They were already in the conversation, but are they the team to beat in AFC? Because you still got the Patriots who look good. You got the Bills who just beat the Chiefs. I think those are probably the top three teams. But who do you think is the team to beat right now?
The team to beat right now is probably, I mean, it's just logjam at the top right now. It's like you could
Yeah,
take your pick because like even though like the guys that were used to be at the top, Mahomes and them, like they're not there. They'll be showing their faces soon. The Chargers are there, and the Broncos. Like Broncos, they're winning. It's not the prettiest way, but they're 7-2 as well. So with a great defense over there. I think it just remains to be seen. Patriots still haven't. they're 7-2, but they haven't been in a spot for a while, especially with these Patriots, like these Patriots. But when you got a head coach like Vrabel, they're going to be a tough out. And I like to hire from the jump. Like
Yeah,
they're going to be, yeah, if they can get just getting guys involved how they've been doing. Um, Team to beat though, I'm gonna say it's the Colts. I'm gonna say it's the Colts right now.
yeah, I would agree, especially with that move. A little blunder against the Steelers, but it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
On the other side of that trade, what do you think about what the Jets are doing? It seems like they sold everybody, but they loaded up on picks. You never know what's gonna happen with picks, though.
I like the haul. Like, if you just got
Got a
to get
lot.
it right. Yeah, you got 5 firsts in the next 2 years, between, their own, the Cowboys and the Colts. So, I mean, they just got to, it's all about drafting at this point. You could do that all you want, but drafting is hard. I think drafting is one of the, hardest things to do. We've seen it before with the Jets. They traded Jamal Adams and got 2 picks, and you couldn't tell me who the 2 picks were, the first round picks were. So, um, it's a tough situation, but hey, it's a start. It gives the franchise hope. It gives the
Yeah,
franchise hope. It's a uh, wonderful draft class coming up. So they can get their quarterback, and then they can get a receiver if they need to. So, yeah, we'll see how they finish down the stretch. But I like what they did for the next couple years.
yeah. It's like we say all the time. You just got to hit on the picks, and that is never a guarantee. We saw two wide receivers get moved yesterday. I want to know who you think has the bigger impact. We had Shaheed, who goes to the Seahawks, whose offense already looks really good, and then you had Jacoby go to the Jags, who are in need of a wide receiver because Trav went to IR. Who do you think has a bigger impact?
Shaheed for sure. I think their offense is just. I think Shaheed. Yeah, I think their offense is now they're more vertical. So he could be Jensen could do both. He could play intermediate. He could play the deep ball game. But Shaheed kind of stretches the field where you got to pay attention to him. They got a couple tight ends that are good, and they have a solid 1-2 punch at running back. So I think can stack the box with Charbonnet and Walker, and now if you're going to double, JSN, he can win those. We've seen that. He could be a big play threat. So I love him in that offense. I think Clint Kubiak is one of the better OCs, and honestly, it could be off to the races with them. I think that could be the Jags is just like yeah, Jacoby's he's a solid wide receiver. He's a possession more wide receiver. He's not the vertical threat, but you never know with Trevor Lawrence as well. I think where Darnold is and Lawrence is, that's the difference. Just how they're playing. I think he's playing more consistent, and we just never know week to week with Trevor.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would agree. I think Jacoby has the opportunity to have a bigger impact just because
It's the team
Seattle's
he's coming
it's
from.
so good.
Yeah,
And yeah, I don't even want to talk about where he came from because that's he's
you've
he's
been
the difference between me being like 9 and
you
0
have
and
him
7 and
again.
2.
You love him
Yeah,
though. I think this is like your second year having him. I
I
think.
traded for him last year and I got him
Okay,
this year. But
you're
yeah,
right, but it was better last year though. Like it was.
I just don't understand what he had worse quarterbacks that could get him the ball. And then Gino is
Yeah,
just
he
I
can't
can't
get
even
nobody the
describe what
ball.
he's doing this year. So
So like I took Trey Tucker after his big explosion game, and Gino the next game gave him like 2 targets. I'm like, bro, there's no Bowers. Like who else are you throwing to? If Jacoby's
exactly.
not getting it, who are you like? You throwing to the other team more than you throwing to your guys. I don't know. Gino, it's a head scratcher with Gino. Like I'm scared to touch any Raider that's not Bowers because
Yeah.
we just don't know. Like you needed him out of there. Like you definitely, yeah, you
Yeah.
needed him out of Vegas. Like it was just I don't know. It was just a weird situation. You just
Yeah,
don't know what to expect.
that was the best thing that could have possibly happened for him from that team. So going into power rankings, I got some questions in the chat real quick to see what you think. Somebody said, should you start Golden or Burden this week? He said he feels like Golden has been a disappointment so far, and Burden has had his moments. You got Golden. How do you feel about that?
I don't have Golden. I dropped
Oh,
Golden.
you dropped Golden, did you?
Yes,
Ah,
I cannot do. I just couldn't do the. I can get 3 catches for 3 yards anywhere else. Like
goodness gracious.
I dropped them for Torrey Horton, and that's how
Okay.
I got the
Horton
two
has some
TDs.
good games there.
But the Shaheed trade makes that look a little
Yeah,
different now.
yeah.
So I don't know, where he falls in because I feel like these coaches know we play fantasy football, and it's like a funny line of saying who's going to be the guy, and then they go against it. Like it's almost like I feel like they troll us in time with some of this. It's just they just do it to just purposely make us add guys. But no, I couldn't do Golden. If Burden's he's coming back from concussion protocol. If he's healthy, Bears offense is they're playing the Giants, so
Yeah,
I would go. I would go. There's no there's no outlook for Golden right now. It's like yeah, Kraft is out, but it's like
crazy. It makes no sense at all.
bro, this is your number one. You're like you're.
First rounder.
I was telling Dub, I'm like, bro, I was like, even when he's open, I said, I love him looking for him. Like he'll throw that little slot fade, or
Yeah,
he'll Kraft is the go to, and his Dobbs. So after that, then you got Savion getting, Heath is starting to come in. It's like, bro, where do you fall in? And he don't if it's not a jet sweep or if they're not hitting play action to him, like if he's not doing an end around or something, they don't really do much. So it's like I tried, just for the rookie sake, but I'm like, bro, I can get 2 points from somewhere else. Like I can get to. So I had to part ways, man.
yeah. I think I hope it gets better, but I think he missed the opportunity to become more of the guy while Watson was out because now he's back and like they
And he
Love and Watson already have the connection. So now
and
you're
they
behind.
they're,
Yeah,
they're connecting. They're connecting on deep shots now. Like
right.
the plays that Golden would get, like that's going to Watson, and he's the bigger receiver. He's still not polished yet, but like there's got to be ways to get him the football more than 3 yards. Like he's got like 9 yards in the last 3 games, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have a first down, but you got like four catches. I don't know, man.
um, one more question from the chat before we go to power
Yeah,
rankings. Somebody said you got Nico. So if you had Nico and Ashton Genty, would you trade him for Gibbs?
Nico and Ashton. Nah, I probably wouldn't. Because Genty, like, he's gonna be the focal point, and
Yeah.
Nico, it's weird over there, man. Like, he had 7 catches this week, but like 5 were from Mills. He don't get that with Stroud. But the game CJ missed, Stroud threw for 300. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm having a tough time. My team is just like, bro, it's just like the questionable of questions, like the questionable marks of all time. I just don't know. But I probably wouldn't. Even like now, like the Lions are. I mean, they just came out the bye, but They used Gibbs like sparingly. Like they look for him more in the pass game too, but they weren't feeding him. So if you're not getting that, I mean, Genty could get you. Genty
Yeah.
could get you.
You can do numbers.
Yeah, and then you can get whatever with Nico. So I wouldn't do the 2 for 1.
Gotcha. So that's a note to that. All right, so let's get back to it. Power rankings. I know you said you were a little bit up in the air. So I'll give you my five. I tried to piece together. You can let me know what you think. I put the Bills at one, which I probably shouldn't have now in hindsight. I put Eagles two, Colts three, Bucks four, and then I put Seahawks at five. I think they're worthy of that top five. What do you think
Mm.
about those?
I don't like the Bills at 1. I don't think, man, but 1 is tough because it's like
Nobody really stands out as the number one,
so
like
I wouldn't
definitive
have gave
team.
the Bills 1 because the Patriots beat them.
Mhm.
But it's like I'm not giving the Patriots 1 just yet because I think the Rams are playing better. Well, they're playing solid. I wouldn't say if they're playing better.
Yeah.
Um, I threw the Bucks in my so man 5. All right, I'm gonna go from 5 up. I went Seattle 5,
Hmm. Agreed.
Bucks 4,
Same.
Broncos 3.
Broncos. Wow. That
I
high?
just think man 7-2. I mean they're winning ugly like but they're winning.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Um, Man, it gets crazy now. So yeah, so 5. Wait, say that again. Five Seahawks.
Four
I put the
Bucks.
Bucks. I put $4 because the Bucks beat the Seahawks. So I'll give him. I'll
Yeah.
give them that. Yeah. Broncos 3, Rams 2. I'm gonna leave the Colts at 1, even though they lost a tough one. I'm gonna leave the Colts at 1.
You
I left
said
the Patriots
Rams
out.
two? Rams at two?
Rams 2, Colts 1. I left
So
the
you have
Patriots
no
out.
Bills. You have no Bills at all. You
No,
have no Patriots.
no, I don't think I'm not giving the Bill. If I can't put the Patriots there, I'm not gonna put the Bills there. just because the Patriots went to Buffalo.
That's fair. That's
Um,
fair.
it's a log jam at that 7-2, 6-2 mark. Like I didn't put the Eagles. Like yeah, like it's some teams we're gonna leave out. Like it ain't no disrespect. Um,
Yeah, Steelers right outside too. They just beat the Colts.
yeah. So I mean, maybe the Patriots are one. The Patriots could be, but it's like, do you give the Patriots that yet? Which you probably could, but like, man, it's tough. I honestly didn't want to do it because I'm like, yeah, that 1 through 4 is like you could put anybody at 5 and you could like be justified. Like, okay, like Broncos at 5, maybe. I get it. You're not winning, pretty, but you're winning. But like, man, yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, that is one of the tougher weeks to pick. You think as the season goes on, it kind of will sort itself out, but it's kind of getting even more jumbled as the season goes on.
A lot of these teams still got to play each other again, or
True.
play each other one time. So maybe the next Patriots Bills game we'll know more. NFC West is crazy. So like, with those the Niners somehow with Mac Jones, they are just right there at the cusp. So um yeah, it'll be interesting to see the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how it plays
And
out.
then the Eagles too. Like we can't we
And that
left
was
the
the other
Eagles
team. I'm
out.
like, you don't have the Eagles at all?
Man, that was tough. I mean, man, it probably should be in it. It's tough, man.
Yeah,
I,
I hear it. It's a
like
lot of good
they
teams
and
this year.
they beat the Bucks too. So
Yeah,
um maybe they're yeah, maybe I got to take the
but
Bucks
it's a
out. I
lot of
think they're
teams that beat one team and then they lost to another team, so they all
exactly
balance
like
out. Um, so yeah, let's skip the league stuff for now. If we get time, we'll get back to it. Start sits. Is there anybody that you really like their matchup this week?
um honestly, man, I like Drake May versus the Bucks, man. I think
Really,
he's
that
playing.
Bucks defense been good.
You know what? But they're a little banged up too.
True.
And even though he had an interception against us, he's leading the league in completion percentage.
Yeah,
They're
he's saving me, so I love
yeah, which is crazy. If you would have said you were going to be starting Drake May, you'd probably be like, yeah,
it.
right, like
Yeah, he's having a great season.
because you lost Burrow, right? You lost Burrow,
Yeah, that was just somebody
so
I picked up when Burrow went down. Hey,
and like now they're showing like the way the league is, especially with the new kickoff rules. I think it changes quarterback stats a lot. They're like they ain't really like lighting it up no more. Like you get the occasional 300, 400 yard pass game, but it's more so more TDs and less yards now than it is
yeah,
like throwing for 350. Like you don't see like 4 quarterbacks in a week throwing for 350 no more. So take the touchdowns, and I think Drake May's been doing a good job with that.
yeah, yeah. I love what Drake is doing. I like how he's spreading it around. They got some good receivers. He's getting the best out of everybody. Got some good tight ends. Um, they finally got Henderson some touches. It took for Stevenson to go out. Who knows what that situation is? But
And he
yeah,
still was, and he still was sharing. He's staying with a practice squad guy.
yeah, it
Like,
has a
bro, I
random
don't
guy
know.
in there.
Terrell Jennings. Like, come on, man. It's
Yeah.
a movie name. That's a movie name. Like, come on, man. Terrell
Um,
Jennings, bro.
yes, I don't get that. For me, I'm gonna go with Rome. I think after putting up that 0 matchup against the Giants, he got to bounce back, and I think
Yeah.
he should bounce back in a big way. So I will put some money on Rome. It was a comment though. I wanted to. So they said, out of these players, who should they start? Troy Franklin, Jordan Mason, or Devin Singletary? Who do you think out of those three?
Devin Singleton against the Bears. Jordan Mason playing against the Ravens.
I definitely don't like Mason at this point.
Nah, I'm going Troy Franklin. It's boom or bust, but it's the Raiders too.
Yeah,
Um, he's been getting more targets coming on lately. And if Mims is out, I think that helps his situation because him and Mims kind of like fluctuate with the targets there for that slot wide receiver. So I think I'll go Troy Franklin and maybe like 3 catches for like 90 yards and like a TD. He'd do something like that. Yeah.
yeah, I would probably go that way too. Singletary is in line for some touches too. Another
Definitely, yeah.
situation, I don't get that situation with him and Tracy.
Tracy.
Who knows? All right, quickly before we run out of time, let's do these pick'ems. Got some good games this week.
Yeah,
Pats at Bucks. Who you like?
I'm taking Pats just to keep our hope alive in the division. Pats, do a favor. I'm gonna go
Uh,
Pats.
yeah, I'm gonna go Pats as well. I think they're possibly the hottest team outside of the Seahawks. They've looked the best over the past couple weeks. Ravens at Vikings. Vikings who
Okay.
just beat the Lions. Yeah,
I think the Ravens are making their move though. I think this is it's their time. They traded for Draymond Jones. I'm gonna go Ravens.
I took the Ravens as well. It's hard to not to pick the Vikings after they showed they could play well, but first game back, so we'll see how that goes. I like the Ravens though. Rams at Niners, tough division matchup.
Niners got their number. For some reason they just playing well. Where they beat them early in the
Beat them
season
already, yeah,
with like wide receiver four is out. So
yeah,
you get guys back. Rams are playing good football, but that division matchup don't really matter how good you're playing.
yeah.
When an opponent knows you, man, it's just you got to buckle up and get it done. So I'm gonna go Niners.
I'm gonna say I don't think the Niners sweep, so I'm gonna go Rams even on the road. Yeah, the way the Niners played the past couple games, I don't think they've looked great. So I'm gonna go Rams. Steelers at Chargers.
Ooh, they lost both their tackles for the year, though. I'm gonna go Steelers.
Gonna go
Oh, it's out for the
Steelers.
year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Steelers as well. The way they looked the other day against the Colts, if they can keep that up, I think they can definitely beat the Chargers. And yeah, the whole old thing, they did trade for another O lineman, right? That was
Yeah,
to replace Old,
yeah,
or that was
yeah. It had to be one of them, but it ain't. He ain't alt, so it's just like
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
And then last but not least, we got Eagles at Packers. It's the Packers are home.
Yes,
Hmm.
which is crazy. I don't. I feel like they said you guys weren't home for a long time,
Yeah,
but you guys
I
are.
thought we're on the road. I could be maybe I haven't looked
Yeah.
at
So yeah, you guys are home. Wow. Like this is the type of game the Packers you count them out, and then Eagles been giving you guys a little tough time though. I know
yeah,
from the
for sure.
playoffs, and they made a trade for Jalen Phillips. Um, they got Michael Carter, and who else did they get? They got somebody else. They got like a third guy. I forget who it was.
For the Eagles, I didn't hear
Yeah,
anything you said. I didn't.
Phillips. They got the DN Phillips. They got Michael Carter.
You're not gonna
Uh,
mention my boy
Who?
Jair?
Oh yeah, that's who it was. I couldn't think of the name. Yeah,
I
but
thought you
Jair
didn't
ain't
mention because he's probably
Jair.
injured. He probably injured anyway.
Yeah, Jair, yeah, he been a healthy. I don't know what's good with Jair. He'll do the end. He'll probably go off for a captain. You know what? Give me Packers, man. Come on, Packers. Give me Packers, man.
Jair is a no.
Jair gonna ruin that, boy. Yeah, Charlotte boy. Yeah, 704. That dude crazy.
I'm gonna go Packers just because I kind of got to go
Yeah.
Packers. But both the games we lost this year were at home, if I'm correct. We just lost to the Panthers. I think Cleveland was
No,
at home
no.
too.
Nah, Cleveland was on the road because Flacco got the last. He got that little.
Oh no,
Yeah,
yeah, I said it was tough because we
yeah,
had to go in there with the crowd.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the kind of game we will get up for. I think we'll keep it close, but when it comes down to who knows, with the ball in Jordan Love's hand at the end, we haven't really seen him be the guy to go and win the game for you at the end. So,
Yeah.
but I still got to go Packers. So going back, we got like a couple minutes left. Just what do you think of the standings in the league right now? How everything is going? Because
Oh,
Los has
for
been
fantasy.
dominant, and then there's a bunch of
Yeah.
teams. I think two playoff teams right now would have losing records if we went right now 4-5.
Yeah, Casey's on a bad loop. Me and Casey have the long. I lost three. He's lost five in a row, I believe, after starting 4-0.
Mm.
Um, it's a good because like week to week is like
You don't know? Yeah,
you and Los are 7-2.
yeah.
I
And
think
then you got Dub.
you guys could be clinching real soon. I think
A,
you could
a
be
playoff
clinching a
spot, I
spot
think so. Yeah, probably depends what happens with the
maybe
rest
after
of the league
next
in
week.
like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's still like 4 weeks left, but you got like a 3 game lead. So yeah, well, 5 weeks can including this week. So I think next
Yeah,
week you guys will be able to. Yeah, you got two teams there. Dub is getting hot.
yeah. One
Jay
game
Jay
behind us,
yeah, Jay Green's falling.
two back, or it might be
Casey's
three.
fell. Yeah,
Either
Casey's
way,
fell.
Casey
Casey's
lost like
fell.
5 in a row, which is
Yeah, Jay
nuts
Green.
with that
Him and
lineup.
Jay. I think him and Jay Green play this week. Do he play? Do
I
they
think
play?
so. Yeah,
So that's gonna
big
the
implications.
the
Yeah,
tough one I lost to Cheese like that would have put me in like bro like it's
if
just
he lose by like point 0.5, something like that.
man they ended up adjusting. I ended up losing like a half a yard, so I lost by like 0.88. So
That's still
basically the
crazy,
last CD catch for like 4 yards like that beat me because
insane.
they they played Amari DiMercato. Like they didn't, no one said he was gonna be out out carrying Bam. I'm just like, man, that's the type of shit that they do in fantasy. But hey, what can I do, man? Like, and there's nothing. Literally, I used up every point that I had, like I could have gotten. That was it. So it was supposed to happen. I was hoping he got another catch, so I like it ain't that close. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
it
make
hurts
it,
more.
yeah, but yeah. It's just like, bro, really, and he didn't get a carry on the last drive, and then yeah, but yeah, man, I'm fighting for my life. I'm in ninth. Cheese is in eighth. Chance and John are right there. Um, I
I
got
still,
checked this week, so
I
yeah.
still don't know how Chance does it. Like sometimes I look at the lineup and be like, how? Just how are you just
Yo,
win?
the week I played him, James Cook ran for 200, bro.
That always happened to
Last
you.
week. Yo, it's like I'm gonna stop picking that 10th spot because like the last 2 years, my points against, I don't know how the schedule goes
Crazy.
with somebody
Yeah,
beat me and Check. The last 2 years, we've been 10-9 or something like that. And
yeah.
our points against have been crazy. I'm like, yo, why can't I play Los when he drops 70? I play Los when I play Los when
200
Demont get 150 yards rushing, bro. He
nuts.
can't touch 60 now. Like, man, I played Chance and
Unpredictable.